Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. It is sunrise here, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We are sandwiched between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and it couldn't be any more lovely. There's so many people out here taking advantage of this crisp, beautiful Southern California morning. And man, I got to tell you, fishing is so exciting right now. Exciting because, you just never know what's going to happen day to day. One day it's wide open yellowfin tuna, then they vanish. The next day they're back, and then it's dorado, and then some other days it's wide open bluefin, and then it's giant bluefin tuna. There's lots of marlin around. I mean, it's so crazy this year. You never know what to expect, and it's that anticipation of what today may bring that makes this year so exciting. 2023 has been one for the history books, and it's not over by a long shot, let me tell you that. Don't forget to hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these videos with a friend. Tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And of course, leave a comment down below. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. So good, and so many great people out here enjoying the great outdoors, whether they're surfing or going for a walk. It truly is an absolutely gorgeous morning. Efficient air conditioning and heating. They make the Friedman Adventures channel possible with their generous sponsorship of Friedman Adventures. You can become a sponsor also if you'd like to, whether you're in the fishing business or not. We are reaching millions of people now, and you can become part of it. Just send me a text, 657-227-6459. And don't forget to visit Efficient Air Conditioning and Heating for your needs. November the 3rd, we are going to be on board the Horizon out of H&M Landing in San Diego. You're going to want to become a part of that. You can book it right now by going to horizoncharters.com. Just scan down to the bottom of the list of charters on board the Horizon, and you'll see the Friedman Adventures trip taking off November the 3rd, a day and a half trip, $495. You're not going to want to miss this one. Last one was a great trip. We had limits of bluefin tuna. December 2nd, our Christmas party is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be great food, great people, great times for sure. December the 2nd, mark that on your calendar. And don't forget, if you want to get 10% off your lobster needs, a couple ways you can do it. You can go right down the street here to Big Fish Bait and Tackle in Seal Beach, California, or you can go to promarahi.com, put in Friedman 10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off. Want to remind you all that tonight we are live with the Danny Cadoto Show. Danny's very special guest tonight is pro bass fisherman Todd Woods. Todd's a great guy, and Danny and him are going to share some secrets with you that will make you a better angler, whether it's freshwater bass or it's the saltwater game. It's going to be a great show tonight, live, 6 p.m. right here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. And one more time, I'm going to ask you for your prayers for our dear friend, Captain Eddie. Eddie Leland needs your thoughts and prayers right now more than you can ever imagine. He really, really needs your love and your thoughts and your prayers. It means so much to him and his family. So please keep Eddie in mind today, all day long. Please do that for him and his family. All right, my friends, let's start off by taking you south of the border. And man, I got to tell you, there's a lot of great stuff going on. First of all, Dennis Yamamoto. Dennis is a great guy. He lends a hand to so many great projects like Friends of Rollo. He is always there. Dennis is down at Cedros Island. He said his group of 11 anglers had easy limits on the yellowtail fishing at Cedros Island. So some great fishing going on down at Cedros. That place just keeps churning out great yellowtail action. Of course, that's not the end of it. You have days where you can catch big halibut, white sea bass, wide open calico bass. There is any number of things that you can get into at Cedros Island. It has been spectacular down there in that neck of the woods. We'll bring you up closer to the border now, Ensenada area, which is about 70 miles south of the border here from the United States, and down there in that beautiful little port city that I love so much. Some really good inshore fishing going on with some bigger bonita. There's an occasional yellowtail, copious amounts of colorful and delicious eating rockfish, which they will transform into some of the best fish tacos you could ever imagine in Ensenada. And of course, if you get offshore, there's plenty of kelps that are still holding dorado, some yellowtail. There's also some yellowfin tuna marauding around there and some bluefin. The yellowfin and bluefin have been mostly in the, I want to say 12 to 50 pound range, like that. And a nice chrome jig will work wonders for you, like a Daiwa Sakana, 100 to 150 grams. You want to have that on at least 50 pound, and you roll up on one of those foamers, you see all those fish, you toss that in there, sink it down, and then wind on it, and hopefully you're going to get that tug on your line, and you're going to have a nice fish. There's a lot of that running around down there. You know, it's a little bit hit and miss, and as I said, coming into today's show, every day is different right now. It just seems to ebb and flow. It seems like, man, is this thing over? Well, it never really seems like that, because what's been happening is one day they miss, a couple days with wide open fishing. So you just never know what the day is going to bring. All right, so make sure you have that. Now, let's jump you over and across the border into the San Diego area, where some guys got them and some guys entirely missed. That has been the nature of the beast here. And I've got to tell you, in most of these drifts or any of these stops that you're getting into, and this goes for not only San Diego, we're talking a little bit of San Diego, but we should just be talking about LA, Orange County, Channel Islands, wherever you can find a bluefin or a yellowfin right now. And that's pretty much all those zones. Wherever you can find them, you've got to be prepared for anything, because many of these stops and drifts have fish that are 12 pounds to over 100 pounds. Now, most of that big fish is kite fishing, and you're going to be rigged up. The boats are going to have that gear for you. But I'm talking about these drifts that the boats are into, the yellowfin, the bluefin, most of that 12 to 40 pound fish. Man, you've got to be ready to fish light stuff in case the fish are finicky, which they have been on many occasions. There are so many occasions where having lighter fluorocarbon, www.opsonusa.com, put in FA at checkout for a free gift. You know, dropping down to 20 pounds, dropping down to a number 4 circle hook. Sometimes that's the difference between getting a bite and not getting a bite. And of course, choosing a good hot bait and changing that bait regularly and paying attention to how other anglers are hooking their bait or talking to a crew member. Is it a butt hook bait? Is it a nose hook bait? All of your observational skills and your communicative skills with the crew members are going to come into play when you're fishing right now, because things are in a state of flux. They're always changing. So if you drop down to 20 pound and it's straight 50 pound fish, you're going to get screwed, let me tell you. But if you're paying attention and you can see, hey, these fish are biting the 40 pound now, I can go to a bigger hook, I can go to some heavier fluoro, I can choose a good hot bait and surpass the limitations that gives me, and I can still get a bite, and I'll have plenty of pulling power and be able to land this thing. All of that is going to come into play right now. So you want to have something with 20, 25 pound. You want to have something with that 30 to 40 pound. You want to have something with 50 to 60. And of course, if you're fishing at night and you're on any multi-day trip, if you have 100-pound Spectra, 2-speed reel, 200-pound leader material on those heavier jigs, you're definitely going to want to use that. Aztec with a nice trip, 2.5-day trip, 14 anglers, limits of bluefin tuna, nice at 51 yellowfin tuna, 9 dorado, and 8 yellowtail. That is hard to beat. Scott Buchert was on the Old Glory. He is decking on there and doing his usual fine work. Scott works hard everywhere he goes. His work ethic is second to none. Old Glory, 19 yellowfin, 5 bluefin, 1 yellowtail yesterday. Sam De La Torre from Island Fishing Tackle fame, or should I say tackle shop confessions fame. He's got a great show with me here on Friedman Adventures. I know a lot of you have been sending me messages. Where is Tackle Shop Confessions? And Sam's been fishing, and then I'll be fishing. So a 2-week hiatus from the show, but we will be back. Sam was out. He had a nice fish. Looked like about 170 pounder. Nice 3-day trip, 12 guys. They were big fish hunting. 36 bluefin tuna on that trip, but they went for the big stuff. Joe Giddings was on that trip, and Joe said, man, I got to tell you, the crew on the New Low-End, second to none. They are so great in terms of their work ethic and their expertise and just making you feel at home. the food, everything fantastic on board this trip. So really great to hear that. Sea Watch, Richard Cayo was on there, and Joe Sarmiento was cooking in the galley. Richard said, not wide open, 26 guys, 9 bluefin, 9 dorado, 9 yellowfin. I wonder how they arranged to get 9 of every species. He said it wasn't wide open, but Richard got a fish, and he said it was great. They worked hard at it, just never found the mother lode. Now, remember, the San Diego, the day before yesterday, had wide open yellowfin tuna, just as good as you could possibly want. I think it was 160 something yellowfin tuna, something like that. I mean, that is darn good fishing. 34 anglers yesterday. Oh, where did our yellowfin tuna go? Amazing, huh? 42 dorado, 32 yellowtail. They put together a couple of kelps, but they never saw any sign of the tuna. They just skedaddled off somewhere. Will they find them today? Oh, probably. I mean, that's the way it's been. As I said on the lead, in Mission Bell, 15 guys, 27 dorado. Notice we're starting to see a few more flatheads right now. This season is a long way from over. We still have the influence of an El Nino, which shoves warm water and warm water species in here. So I don't know when this is going to end or how it's going to end. I just know we're not going to be able to predict it anymore. It is really enigmatic. It is really exciting. And man, I can't wait to see what today brings us. It should be another exciting day. Dolphin on a day trip, 15 guys. They had 48 yellowfin tuna, 3 dorado. Pegasus, a day and a half trip, 20 dorado, 20 yellowfin tuna. Islander on a 3-day with 25 guys. Man, they found the YFT with 164 on the yellowfin tuna, 42 bluefin tuna. And man, I'll tell you, that is some pretty good shooting. So remember, you got to vary your tackle. You got to bring everything. You got to bring that light stuff, because a lot of times in these drifts, that's what you're going to be doing, fishing lighter line. And then you got to be ready to go to the heavy in case they'll bite it, number one, in case the grade is so big that you're going to want to go to that bigger tackle. So keep that in mind. Now, there's fish in the LA Orange County area. Now, many of the local boats who are fishing here found fish yesterday. Some did not. Many of the boats, what they do is fish rockfish in the morning, and then they go out looking for tuna. But the Victory is offshore right now as we speak on a gorgeous day. Look at that ocean. Man, are we blessed or what? Man, I see some birds outside there picking around also right now. So, I mean, you definitely want to be prepared with all that same tackle that I mentioned previously if you're going on the Victory, or you're going on the Patriot, or you're going on the Freelance or the Enterprise. Any number of these boats in the LA Orange County area are getting a shot at the tuna in most cases. Lately, it's been a lot of seeing the fish and they're non-cooperative. It's kind of a tight area right now, at least the area where they're finding most of the fish. Who knows, that might spread out. Get a little more coverage like this weekend, you get more boats out there looking around, might bump into a new area of fish. Patriot yesterday, 3 for 6 on the tuna. The Enterprise saw a lot of fish, had a yellowfin tuna on a shiny jig. It might have been a Daiwa Sakana, I don't know what it was, Colt Sniper. One of those for sure. You want to fish that heavier line. As I said, this still can go wide open. The Victory just the other day had a great trip. I think 40-something on the mixed yellowfin and bluefin tuna. And man, in days gone by, when I was a kid fishing in Southern California, a day of 40 mixed yellowfin and bluefin tuna on a local boat, I would have died for that kind of a day. So let us not take this for granted. This is spectacular fishing. The fact that you're getting a shot at all that fish is pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Up there in the Channel Islands, they still are seeing some bluefin up in that neck of the woods, so that is a possibility up there as our weather is starting to come down a little bit right now. Now, folks, let's take a look at our island situation. Not many boats are fishing the islands, although if this tuna remains finicky, some of these guys will go back to Catalina. Coronado Islands, a few yellows, some calico bass, same thing. San Clemente Island, those sea lions are driving our poor captains and crews absolutely insane. It is a pain in the neck. I mean, you hook 10 yellows and 6 of them get eaten up by the sea lions. It really is a pain in the neck. Catalina Island, sheepshead whitefish, rockfish, some okay calico bass fishing. You're on a smaller boat, you have a really good chance to limit out on calico bass. That's 5 fish, occasional yellowtail there, but the rockfish mostly filling the sack in that neck of the woods. Channel Islands, as usual, copious amounts of delicious eating rockfish and bottomfish. We see that up there. There's an occasional white sea bass, but not much to really mention right now. Occasional halibut, but not much. It's kind of a tuna situation up there, or it's a rockfish, and it's predominantly the rockfish right now. Up there on the Stardust, Santa Barbara, great fishing on the bottom stuff there. They've been doing really, really well, so we continue to see some outstanding fishing. Hey, good morning. We see some great fishing going on. There's some really great people go walking by here every morning. I've gotten to know them all here because I don't think I've missed a morning briefing now for several hundred days. I have no idea how many days it's been. Along the coast down there in San Diego, occasionally they'll have a decent bass bite for their local boats. A lot of shorts that get released, but you know, rock fishing, if you go out in the deep water, has been spectacular all year long. It's continuing. There's some whitefish and rockfish. Same thing in Oceanside and Dana area. A lot of the Dana wharf boats are offshore, but the guys that are on the beach are still picking away at some nice calico bass, occasional halibut in there also, sculpin whitefish, deep water rockfish. Here in the LA Orange County area, most guys are offshore, it seems like right now, but the Monte Carlo and other boats still getting sheep's head and whitefish and some good rockfish. Redondo, same thing up there for the Redondo Special. Marina del Rey, good rockfish along the coast also. In the surf, this is such a gorgeous morning to be fishing the surf. Oh my God, I can see the Corvina right now, in my mind at least. I mean, Corvina fishing's been pretty darn good. Digging up a sand crab or two, fishing with that. Light line, like 6 pounds. You can bring a trout rod down here. Carolina rig, 6 pound. Toss a sand crab. Don't overcast. You know, like right in front of these waves here or just beyond it, so your line doesn't get screwed up. You can catch some nice Corvina right here in the surf in Southern California right now. There's also yellowfin croaker still hanging out. Occasional halibut on a lucky crab lure. Spot fig croaker like to bite the bait, so you want to be fishing. I love sandworms that you can dig up here, or you can go to your surf fishing headquarters, which is right down the corner from here. I can walk there in 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right down there. You can get all your tackle needs, and they've got a vast array of bait for you. They've got all your bait, and not only do they have the surf fishing stuff, but they also have big game stuff. You're going marlin fishing, you're going bluefin, tuna fishing, doing any of that Big Fish Bait and Tackle right here on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. And man, you're 10 minutes away from some great fishing. I love this whole Huntington Beach, Bolsa Chica, Surfside where I'm standing. There can be some excellent surf fishing here in this neck of the woods. Don't forget El Patron, 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. They've got some great trips for you right now. Tuna fishing offshore has been outstanding. It's been an incredible year, and the El Patron is waiting for you. 310-832-8304. Ventura Sport Fishing. They have some great operations up there. In fact, everybody out of that landing, including Saul up there in the ticket office, are fantastic. 805-676-3474. Don't forget that November 3rd trip. That is going to be a wonderful trip, and we can't wait to see you on there. A day and a half trip that I'll be on board to film with each and every one of you. HorizonCharters.com. Hit that like button, share these videos, please. We deeply appreciate it. 4 million views now on YouTube alone, and of course, we're on all the other platforms, and we've gotten more than 4 million views on all those other platforms, up over 10 million now, and I owe that all to you. So make sure you comment down below, and also tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Hey, I don't know what to say other than thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy day to spend here with me. Keep Captain Eddie Leland in your thoughts and prayers. He needs them now more than you can imagine. All right, God bless you. Thanks for joining us on this gorgeous day in Southern California. I truly hope you're able to get out and go for a walk or do some surf fishing or get offshore and catch some fish. Do it. You deserve it. And man, nothing will renew your soul faster than being out here in the great outdoors. Have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.